The year is 3000. Humanity has advanced into the stars, and our world is unrecognizable compared to the one we know today. But what would that world look like? What would life be like for humans in the year 3000? This is Sci-Fi. Imagine the possibilities. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an awesome sci-fi video. Megacities are slowly being abandoned by humans in favor of smaller, more manageable communities. Megacities were great when we had to huddle together for warmth in the harsh environment of the old world. But now they've become too large, too hard to manage, and too chaotic. In fact, some of the megacities have been completely abandoned and left to the animals. Some others have attempted to break off from the main governments in an effort to build their own societies. It's worked for some, but most end up crumbling because they can't handle all the people who live there. So smaller communities near the resource-rich zones are the hotspots for human activity. They're small enough to maintain peace and order, but large enough to make scientific advancements and enjoy the fruits of technology. The way we work has changed dramatically. Back in the old days, before the shift, as we now call it, most people had jobs where they would trade their time for money. You woke up, got dressed, grabbed something to eat, and then headed off to work. Then after work, you'd grab something to eat and relax before going to sleep. Then you'd wake up and do it again. That system doesn't work anymore. With automation taking over most jobs, there isn't really a need for people to work the way they used to. Most jobs that haven't been automated yet are skilled positions that require years of training. As such, those who do work tend to be older individuals who have spent decades honing their skills. Younger people either spend their days learning about the old world or put their energy towards building the new one. Since there's no longer a need for traditional currency, these people aren't working for money, but rather to contribute to society and receive whatever they might need. The concept of needing money simply doesn't apply anymore. They work because it makes them feel fulfilled and allows them to be a part of something larger than themselves. As humans, we have a natural curiosity about the world around us. Before the shift, this curiosity was mostly satisfied through books and the internet. Now it's taken on a whole new meaning. We've sent out unmanned probes to explore our solar system and beyond, and what we've learned has been nothing short of amazing. There are planets out there that could support life. There are moons with atmospheres just like Earth's. And there are even dwarf planets that have oceans beneath their icy surfaces. This has sparked a whole new era of exploration. People are leaving Earth in search of new worlds to colonize. They're looking for planets that could support life. They're searching for worlds that might still have resources that we need. And they're hoping to find other intelligent species out there. Of course, not everyone is excited about this. Some believe that we should leave other worlds alone and let their inhabitants live their lives in peace. But others argue that it's our duty to explore and learn all we can about the universe. Only time will tell what the future holds for humanity's exploration of space. But one thing is for sure, the year 3000 will be a very different place than the one we know today. Space travel has made us realize just how big the universe is and how small we are. It's also made us realize that we are truly alone in the universe. At least that's what we think. The vast distances between star systems are just too great for any known form of communication to travel. Even if there were intelligent life out there, it would take thousands of years for us to get their message. So for all we know, we could be the only intelligent species out there. It's a sobering thought, but it's also kind of exciting. It means that the future of humanity is up to us. We are the ones who will decide what happens next. If you thought the changes we've already seen were big, wait until you see what's coming next. Food production has changed dramatically since the old days. Back then, most of our food came from farms and ranches. But now that we've advanced so much technologically, we can produce food in a lab. This has led to a huge increase in the amount of food available to us. We no longer have to worry about crops failing or livestock dying. And we can experiment with new foods that we never could have imagined before. One of the most exciting developments in food production is the creation of artificial meat. Scientists have found a way to grow real meat in a lab setting. This means that we can have all the taste and texture of meat without having to raise and slaughter animals. It's a huge breakthrough for food production, and it's sure to change the way we eat in the future. In addition to lab-grown meat, we're also seeing the rise of new foods that are made from plant-based sources. These foods are not only delicious, but they're also good for the environment. For example, there's a company that makes plant-based leather. They use mushrooms to create a material that is just as durable as leather, but it doesn't require any animals to be slaughtered. Another company is making vegan cheese from the sap of rubber trees. The cheese tastes just like real cheese, but it doesn't require any dairy products. These are just a few examples of the amazing new foods that are being created in the lab. Who knows what other delicious and sustainable foods we'll come up with in the future? Energy production has also changed a lot since the old days. Back then, we relied on fossil fuels to power our homes and businesses. But now, we've developed new technologies that allow us to produce energy from renewable sources like solar and wind. This has reduced our reliance on fossil fuels, and it has also helped us to develop new ways to store energy. One of the most promising developments in energy storage is the creation of solid-state batteries. These batteries are more efficient than traditional lithium-ion batteries, which means that we can store more energy for longer periods of time. This has huge implications for the future of energy storage. It means that we could finally develop practical and affordable electric vehicles that could help us reduce our carbon footprint. In addition to batteries, we're also developing new ways to store energy using hydrogen. Hydrogen fuel cells are a type of battery that uses hydrogen gas to produce electricity. They're clean and efficient, which makes them a great option for powering homes and businesses. Overall, the future of energy looks bright. We're redeveloping new technologies that allow us to produce and store energy in more sustainable and efficient ways. This will help us to reduce our impact on the environment and develop new technologies that improve our lives. Medical science has also come a long way since the old days. Back then, we were limited by our knowledge of the human body and the tools we had available to us. But now, we have advanced imaging techniques and new drugs that allow us to diagnose and treat diseases in ways we never could before. One of the most exciting developments in medicine is the use of gene editing to cure genetic diseases. Gene editing allows us to change the genetic makeup of cells, which means that we can correct the genes that are responsible for genetic diseases. This has the potential to cure diseases like cystic fibrosis and sickle cell anemia, which have plagued humanity for centuries. In addition to gene editing, we're also seeing the development of new drugs that target specific diseases. These drugs are more effective than traditional drugs, which often have side effects and don't fully address the underlying causes of diseases. For example, there's a drug that targets the protein responsible for Alzheimer's disease. By targeting this protein, the drug slows the progression of the disease and improves the quality of life for patients. Overall, the future of medicine looks hopeful. We're developing new technologies that allow us to diagnose and treat diseases in more effective ways. This will help us to extend our lifespans and improve the quality of life for billions of people around the world. So what do you think? How will life be different in the year 3000? Do you think humanity will continue to advance, or will we fall behind? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and join the discussion. Thanks for watching.